Hello, I am here to officially begin my fantasy reading vlog, and we're starting off with Percy Jackson. So I have three. I don't understand the Percy Jackson world. I don't know if there's like loads of different ones or something, but anyway, these are three that I had on my shelf. So I've got The Lightning Thief, which I've started reading. I'm like 5 pages into or something, and then I've got The Sea of Monsters and The Titan's Curse. So I'm going to be reading them three. Not all in this video. In this video I'm just going to read the first one of each, like the first book of each series that I choose. So I'm weighing up some other series, and I think ACOTAR is definitely going to be on there. A Court of Thorn and Roses, for people who don't know the abbreviation. And I'm thinking Throne of Glass and some others. I'm not sure, I'll figure that out along the way. I'm thinking of starting just 3 or 4 book series and just reading the first book of every series to get me started on all of them, and then after the vlog deciding which one to continue. But it's just to get me into fantasy books because I've never really been into them much. The only fantasy I've ever read is the Shadow Me series, which I don't really classify as fantasy. I think it's more romance, dystopian type thing. And then Harry Potter, I've read the first like 4 books I think, so yeah, that's it. Oh, and I can't forget I have read Twilight as well. Okay, here is an update on Percy Jackson. I have been reading it on the train yesterday and I'm up to page 100. Hi, I am struggling to read right now. I'm up to page 156 of Percy Jackson, but I don't know. I can't stop picking up my phone and I can't stop watching YouTube videos, and it's really annoying. I just want to, there's so many books on my TBR right now, like so many books that I want to read, and I just feel like I'm not getting through them. Hi, welcome back. It is now, I've been reading this book for quite a while. It is Friday. I think I started it on like Monday. But I'm enjoying it a lot. Don't get me wrong here. I'm really enjoying it. I'm just struggling. There is no romance, and it's like easy to get into when I'm reading it, but like I don't really sit around thinking about the book that often. Like I'm not sat here thinking, oh my god, I need to be reading Percy Jackson right now. Like I'm really like, what's gonna happen next, you know? It also doesn't help that I've seen the movies, so it feels like I'm just rewatching the movie. Like the Medusa, however you say it, Medusa scene just happened, and that is like my childhood. Just that scene, I don't know what it is, it just stuck with me. Very traumatized. But yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm 207 pages in. It's just not something that I feel like I need to be reading like super duper fast. Sorry, that was my laptop. Yeah, so it doesn't feel like something I need to be reading really fast. I'm still enjoying it though, so don't get me wrong. Yeah, so while we're here, I'm just gonna tell you some of the books that I'm thinking of reading as part of this video. I'm just going to read the first Percy Jackson book and then I'll get back to the rest of them later, which also is probably a really bad thing because I tend to not get back to the books after I stop reading the first one in the series. But I do need to there's about 5 series I need to go through and read the rest of the books for, because I've read like the first or second book and that's it. Anyway, so my fantasy books. So far what I've got is The Cruel Prince, Shadow and Bone, Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, Mistborn, and Narnia potentially, because I have my Narnia books. Yeah, wait there. I was thinking The Hobbit as well, but now I'm not thinking The Hobbit so much. I have all my books hidden in this drawer as well. I have these Narnia books, so I'm like, why not get around to them? And they're pretty small, so I could read a few of them maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and then potentially The Hobbit was another option because I have my Hobbit book here, but also I feel like I'd get really bored. I like the Hobbit movie It's not my favourite, but I like it. I love Lord of the Rings, so I might read the Lord of the Rings books. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all. I have so many books I want to read. It's a problem. Okay, it has been an entire month since those videos you just watched. It is now the 5th of May and I have decided that I'm going to be guiding this video because it's a bit of a mess. I have like 3 different videos. I've ended up merging together 3 or 4 different videos, so it's a bit of a mess and I'm going to just try and guide it a little bit. Basically, as you saw, I read the first Percy Jackson book, but then from then on I ended up continuing the fantasy reading and I got really into a series, which you'll see in a bit. But I ended up also reading some other books during this time, but I will be continuing to read fantasy because I enjoyed it a lot, and I have like a significant amount of books on my TBR that are in the fantasy genre now, so that'll be good. I've started Once Upon a Broken Heart and it's going good. I'm not very far into it. I'm probably like 5% of the way into it or something, and I'm enjoying it, but it's a bit hard to get into fantasy for me because like it obviously is like, I don't know, just the way that they talk is so different, but I can't wait to get into it a bit more. I am reading on my Kindle. Let's see, very much. Yeah, 5% into it, but yes, hopefully it gets like better from here and I want to like, I'm really in the mood. Sorry, I'm moving my camera around a lot. It's a very heavy camera. I'm really in the mood for like binge reading. Like I just want to get into a book and like thoroughly enjoy the book and just sit up all night and read that book. That's what I'm feeling, and I'm not getting it from this book yet, but I'm like praying that it will happen soon. Okay, I am 15% of the way through, or like 20%, something like that, of the way through Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I actually am enjoying it a lot more now, but I was really not enjoying it for the first 15% or whatever it was because it was just so confusing. Like I didn't know what was going on, but also I realized that I was meant to have read Caraval, I think it's a trilogy, before I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and it would have made a lot more sense because in Caraval there's a lot of world building and character building and all that, and now I'm just kind of lost. But it's still good. It's getting better. I'm at the part where I think they're at like a ball or something and Jax arrives and what's her name? I can't remember what her name is. Anyway, she is trying to go after like the Prince of Polo or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're figuring it out. Hi, I'm recording this on my phone because I can't be really getting my camera out, changing the lens and everything, but I just wanted to put it out there. I'm 50% of the way through the Ballad of Never After, something like that. I can't even remember what it's called, but the second book of the Once Upon a Broken Heart, Once Upon a Time, oh, my brain's not working. The second book, and it is so good. I've literally read it in like 2 nights. It's so good. I'm loving it. But finally, we're a book and a half in, and finally the chemistry, something's happening. Potentially. I'm so excited. It's getting so good. I just want to know what happens at the end. Oh my god. It's so good. Anyway, I'm going to the Whitsundays in a day, in a few hours. So I'm going to be hopefully finishing a lot of books then, which is very exciting for me. Good morning. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And I've just packed for the Whitsundays. So we're going on holiday for 5 days. And I thought I would bring you along. I'm whispering because it's quiet and dark. Hello, we just arrived and this is the apartment we're staying in. So we ended up going out for lunch first, and this is our view. What the hell? Oh my goodness. I'll give you a better shot in a second. And then we've got like a jacuzzi behind. It's so good. So we went out for lunch at this place called the Treehouse, and then yeah, we headed up here. It's a massive hill to get up here, but it's so nice. Okay, so we're here for Mum's 50th birthday.
In the fridge, what they've given to me.
Complimentary.
Complimentary.
Very nice. How exciting. And then this is the dining area, I guess. Dining area, living area. Yeah. Okay. Hello, I'm sat in the spa in the Whitsundays and I'm about to start Caravel, so I thought I'd let you all know. I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After, and they were so good. I was literally like screaming. Oh, The Ballad of Never After, it just hit so good. That was an amazing book. The ending is crazy and I cannot wait for the third one to be released in September, I think it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot. So anyway, I'm starting Caraval. I spent the plane ride reading Heartbones and I'm almost finished that. I bought it at the airport and I spent the flight reading that. But yeah, Caraval's on my Kindle, so I thought it'd be better to read on my Kindle while I'm in a spa. That seems like the smart idea. We're out at dinner and we've got some live music happening, and then it's a seafood linguine. And what do you have?
Grilled fish and chips.
Nice. And there's everyone else. Good morning. It is the morning. What time is it?
24 minutes past 8.
24 minutes past 8, and we got woken up by a fire alarm. So that was lovely. I'm sat eating breakfast and then we're gonna go to a market, I think. So got strawberry yogurt and some pikelets. Okay, I'm just here to give some traveling advice to everyone. Something that I've figured out over the last few years is these tops, these singlet tops. Go to Kmart, go and buy singlet tops. They're the most versatile thing ever. Like, you literally only have to pack them, some shorts, some shirts or t-shirts, whatever, jumper if you want a jumper, and it goes with everything. You can use it as pajamas if you run out of pajamas. You can use it as a going out top. I wore it out to dinner last night. You can literally wear it wherever. You can go on the water and get it wet and get it destroyed because they're literally like $5. Like, they're the best thing ever. And they go with skirts, they go with shorts, they go with anything. And they're my favorite thing ever. I just wear them all the time, especially up here in Queensland. It's literally like, I don't know what the temperature is actually. It's like, it got to 33 yesterday and it wasn't that humid, which was good, but normally it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go brush my teeth, put my face on and go to a market. So yeah. We just got back from the market and Woolworths. We went and bought some food for the apartment. From the market, I ended up getting this. It was between this and a ring, and I really wanted the ring, but it was like $100, and it was beautiful. But it was on my like wedding finger as well, and like I just felt like it was wrong. I don't know. It was so pretty though. It was a moonstone and it had these like, it was sterling silver like swirls, like it was beautiful. Anyway, I ended up getting this instead. It is to go on my car on the mirror, to hang off the mirror. So we have shells. I'm excited about that. we're gonna go and make lunch, and then I might do some of my essay because I need to get my essay done. I'm just sat reading Caraval right now, and then we're gonna go out for dinner, so I'm gonna get changed into this dress. I'm gonna go out for dinner. We're gonna go to a steak place, I think, for dinner. But yeah, the view is so pretty from here. I'm just looking outside. Yesterday we ended up going on a day trip, as you guys saw, and that was really good. Our boat got cancelled. That's why we ended up going to a waterfall instead. So I have been in a bit of a reading slump for the past probably week, like since I got back from my holiday. I don't know why really. I think I'm not loving the two books that I'm in between at the moment. I'm currently reading Caraval and Twisted Lies, I think. So they're two completely different books. Caraval is following the theme of the fantasy books, and that is the continuation. Well, it's like the prequels, I'm pretty sure, of Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But it's not, I'm 70% of the way through and I'm not loving Caraval as much. I really want to get back to like Jax and Evangeline, and like Jax's life and everything. I'm hoping Legendary, the second Caraval book, is gonna continue Jack's situation a little bit more with Donatella. So hopefully, or at least the finale, because I don't know if I'll be able to like push through the second book if it doesn't have Jax in it, or if it doesn't like step it up a little bit, because I'm not absolutely loving it and I have so many other books that I really want to read. So a bit of a wrap up though, since I started reading Percy Jackson. I'm going to give like a bit of my opinion, a rundown, whatever. So I read the first Percy Jackson book, The Lightning Thief, and I enjoyed it. I ended up rating it a 4 out of 5. I liked the ending quite a bit, but I did feel like it dragged on a little bit. It felt like it was written for an 11-year-old, which it really was. So I didn't know, I didn't enjoy it like majorly until the end. I know I was going to rate it like 2.5 to 3 stars majority of the time, and then I ended up changing my mind at the last minute because I liked the ending. But I don't think I'll continue reading the second 2 books, like the next 2 books in the series, because I just don't care enough. I don't know. I didn't care enough. Then I ended up reading a book called Flawless, which I'm going to skip over because that's a romance book, not a fantasy book. Then I started Once Upon a Broken Heart, which the first 15% of the way through I struggled so much to get into this book, and then it just hit so good. Like, oh my god. The Ballad of Never After, the second book, they are both just like insane, and I can't wait for the third one to come out. I think it's in like November time or September or something like that. They were so good. They were so good, and I just want the last one so badly. But yeah, so I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and 5 out of 5. Like, that one, the first one was a bit more introductory into the series, I guess. But even though it had like its lulls, I still like loved where the story took us, and I loved the characters so much. Like I want to reread it so badly. Then I ended up reading Can't Hurt Me, which is a non-fiction book, so I'm also not going to talk about that too much. Then I read The Ballad of Never After, which is the second book to Once Upon a Broken Heart, and that was the one that I enjoyed the most. The Ballad of Never After is so good, like insanely good. Hello, I'm here to wrap up the video. Sorry I was a bit all over the place. It's a bit crazy, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be reading more fantasy books, and I'll be finishing the Caraval series. I've just been really busy recently and I thought I'd just upload this anyway, and then I'll get around to making another fantasy video probably. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.